Recently, these VOX-Style paper motion graphics have been going viral.
An entire California town still exists today. You just can't see it. Beneath the waters of Lake Berryessa lies Monticello, a small farming community that once had homes, schools, churches, and generations of families.
But if you're a video editor, using a lot of traditional tools and making these from scratch can take a lot of time, and they're also pretty complicated to make. And obviously in the age of AI and Claude and ChatGPT, I'm like, dude, there has to be a way we can make these VOX-style paper animations for you making documentary edits or these like little viral shorts super easy and super fast, and to make it for free, because a lot of these credit costs can add up, especially if you're a content creator, you're starting out, you might not have a large budget. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact step-by-step process that I discovered to be the best, easiest, fastest way, and also free way to make these VOX-style paper animation motion graphics using AI like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or any of your favorite models. And in this video, I'm gonna be giving you free prompts and a guide on how you can make these animations. Let's go. Alright guys, so first things first, I've linked to the free GPT link down below. I made this GPT based off of like the exact full process of how to make a VOX-style documentary, and then also we have a Notion free template as well, which basically you can copy and paste this into any model. So you can use Claude, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini. Surprise, surprise, they're all kind of the same. I mean, you can argue in which model is better. But anyways, I like to use this GPT because it's very structured. First, we just click, let's make a VOX-style documentary video. And then it's going to say, what do you want to make it about? Do you have an idea, or do you want us to give you some ideas? I'm going to say B because that's for ideas. And then it's going to give me some cool VOX-style video ideas. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these. Let's see which one that looks pretty good. Earlier, I actually did some research and I actually found this town in California that disappeared overnight. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. I've just pasted the idea, and then boom, just like that, it's given me a narration script of the entire video. So this entire California town still exists today. You just can't see it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And now we can go ahead and make this into our voiceover. So for voiceovers, I like to use, first we're going to be using Premiere Pro as our video editing software. We have this AI Claude plugin, which uses Claude directly inside of Premiere. It's completely free to download, but we have a voiceover option where you can literally just create the voiceover directly from this plugin. You can literally just type things and then it will create the voiceover for you and put it on your timeline. Like I said, this plugin's free to download, or if you prefer to generate it outside, you can use any other model or tool you like. I preferably like to use ElevenLabs. I think they have a pretty good model, and you can go ahead and just copy and paste that, and then boom, you can go ahead and choose some of their voices. Let's go ahead and go through all of their voices, and you can just pick a voice that sounds pretty good.
Your anger against every form of insult and oppression must featured in 200 plus. Your anger against every form of insult and oppression must be out of love.
Let's use Adam. I think Adam's pretty good. And boom, just like this, now we can go ahead and pretty much just generate the entire script. We're going to go ahead and slow it just a little bit down, and then we're going to make his style exaggeration just a little bit lower. And now we're going to hit generate speech. So this is going to load for a couple seconds.
An entire California town still exists today.
This one's kind of trash. I might pick another one.
On a cold, blustery morning, these two storied NFL franchises prepare for gridiron battle.
Okay, so we're going to use this one and just slow it down a lot. Hopefully this one works.
An entire California town still exists today. You just can't see it. Beneath the waters of Lake Berryessa.
Yo, this one's kind of fire. This one's kind of fire. So once I have the audio, I just download it, and then it, like I said, downloads to my computer. Now I can go ahead and go to Premiere, and I can literally just drag and drop that file that we downloaded onto our timeline. So you can see we're starting to build together this edit. So you don't have to use Premiere. You can use DaVinci, CapCut. I wouldn't prefer to, but you can use whatever model you want. Also, what we're going to be using is our free AutoEdit Creator Mode Claude plugin. So this plugin, you go to Window, you hit Extensions, and you click AutoEdit Creator Mode. It has a Claude integration feature where you can basically edit your videos based off of a prompt. If you're a content creator, you do talking head videos, you do a lot of raw recordings, this is a great tool for that. But also there's a bunch of other cool tools in here. Today we're going to be using the AI music generator. So I need like a cinematic mystery VOX-style docu And then I'm gonna do like maybe like 15 seconds just to test it out, and we're gonna hit generate music. So now it's gonna generate a music variation for us, and then it's gonna place it onto the timeline for us. So now we got our music generations. Let's play them out. Yo, this one kind of sounds fire. This one's fire. This one. So now I just hit add to timeline, and boom, automatically it adds it to the timeline. And the cool thing is, since I just did the 15-second generation, now I can do a 60-second variation, or I can extend upon it. But just for now, you can hear this, play this out.
An entire California town.
Well, actually, I would place this like a little bit after, and then let's play this out.
An entire California town still exists today. You just can't see it.
Yo, that's fire. That sounds like a Vox video for sure. Okay, so you can see we just got our music, we got our audio. I love doing the audio and music first. I think that's like the structure of your video. George Lucas actually says that the filmmaking experience is 50% of audio, or audio is 50% of the filmmaking experience, whatever he says. Now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be actually generating the images. So this is like one of the biggest parts, right? You need the actual visuals. How do we make that actual Vox style video? What we're going to do is we're going to go to Adobe Firefly, and we're going to go to the boards feature they have. I like the boards because it's just pretty easy to work with. We actually have an older board that we made earlier, so we're going to go ahead and just start with that project. And what we can do with these boards is we can basically see our entire production process from just one high level overview. So once you start a board, you're going to get to a blank template like this, and then we're going to go back to our ChatGPT Vox, and we're going to hit next. Okay, so once you get the story beats, they look good. You're going to say next, and then we're just going to make sure to say, make sure to include the Vox prompt for the visual image gen prompts. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that. So then that way we go ahead and have all the Vox prompts for all of these image prompts. So now we're going to go ahead and create the actual prompts for each of these images. So it's creating all these prompts. It's really cool. And then we just go to Firefly boards. We go to our boards project. We hit create image. And then we're going to go ahead and literally just paste this prompt. And the cool thing is you can actually reference past images. You can reference other images. And then you can change the model depending on whatever you want. So I like Nano Banana. I think it's pretty good. We're going to do a landscape video image. And then we're going to hit generate. And now it's going to go ahead and generate this image for us. And once we're done with it, we can literally just place it onto our timelines. See some of these past generations I did earlier today. This one shouldn't take too long. So you can see it made this first variation. Let's go ahead and place it on the canvas, see how it looks. Okay, looking kind of good. I would prefer it to be a little bit more like less realistic and maybe black and white. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple more image gen prompts. Literally reference this image and be like, select this from the Canva. This is the image, and let's change this to be more like a be more paper. Boom, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and wait for that to load. So you can see it's really easy to make variations of your image gen prompts from Firefly boards because I can just reference the exact image. Okay, so after a couple more prompting, we got this result, which I think it looks really good. This is more Vox style. I think the paper rips, everything is like a Vox style video. Now we can go ahead and generate the video prompt. So after you do this whole process, you get all the images done, you can go ahead and hit next and say video prompts. We're gonna hit go, and we're gonna wait for these video prompts to load up. Now it's gonna go ahead and create those video prompts. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this first video prompt, and we are gonna go select this image, and we're going to hit convert to image to video, and then we literally paste our prompt just like this, and then we make sure we set the model size and the resolution. I preferably like I've been trying Ray. That one's been pretty good recently. I actually don't know who made the model, but it's pretty good. We can do 5 seconds at 720p landscape, and we're going to hit generate. You can use free models. I'd recommend just making sure you set the duration to like 5 seconds or 3 seconds or 4 seconds if you can, because that's the way you can save the amount of free credits you can use on your account. Okay, now that our image generation is done, we can go ahead and see this play out. So we can go ahead and click image generation, and now let's see the variation that it made. We can hit place on canvas. Now this was the video result that we got, and this looks pretty sick so far. So we got some water movement, we got the paper animating. I think it looks really good. And now we can go ahead and select this, download it to our computer. And by the way, just repeat this process for all your images and videos. Maybe you do like 12, 20 frames. You can do whatever you want. Now, once that's pretty much all the image generation parts and processes for Vox. If you want to go ahead and add on your own Vox-style prompts, I recommend just searching up Vox-style, and then you can literally go ahead and just copy some of these images if you want. So you can be like, oh, this one right here. And then you can copy an image and be like, hey chat, make an adjustment prompt based on this exact style, this Vox style image that I can add on to make my results look more like Vox style. That's what I would recommend doing. I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best ways to do it because it's actually referencing a Vox style image, and then it'll give a prompt that will actually match your result. So if you get a result that's like pretty shitty, you're like, oh, it's not really Vox style, right? Like this one right here. I would want to go ahead and edit this. Let's go ahead and click generate image, and then I would select this one and I would hit describe image, and I'm just going to paste that new prompt and then regenerate it. So this basically is a really cool way that you can prompt adjust it. The thing is with AI image generation, I think a lot of people have this misconception that it's like AI is going to automatically do a lot of things for you. It will automatically make things a lot easier. It'll make things a lot faster. You won't have to do anything super manual anymore. But at the end of the day, you still have to do the work. I mean, if you want to be a creative and you want to like make anything worthwhile watching or provide any value, there's still a good amount of work that still has to be done. So I think this is where really all the work is. And then the image generation and prompts are just tools, but it's not like an automatic process. It's more of a tool, like I said. So once you do all your video generations of all of your frames and so forth, you can go ahead and go back to Premiere. And now we can literally just take these downloaded videos and then just drag them onto our timeline. Check this out. Like this is looking like an actual documentary now. So we're gonna drag these onto our timeline and then boom, just like that. Now we can play it out.
An entire California town still exists today. You just can't see. Beneath the waters of Lake Berryessa.
This is fire. What the heck? Sorry, it's 720p, so I gotta scale it up. I just realized, but the fact that this is like you guys are watching this, no? This looks really good. It sounds really good. Like we're making Vox style level animations within just a couple of minutes. You know how long this would have taken their entire animation team like a year ago or 2 years ago?
An entire California town still exists today.
That's how you can do that. If you want to add captions, you can also do so. We have a captions applier in our AutoEdit creator mode plugin. So you can go to the Captions lab, or you can go to just the Captions Pro. You can transcribe it and it will automatically generate those captions for you. And then you can use different styles. You can create your own custom styles, so forth. If you want to get the GPT, which will walk you through the full process of creating all those steps, making everything super easy, so then that way you can just go ahead and get your Vox style prompt and your image gen prompts, the story beats, etc. I've linked to it below. And also I've linked to that Notion doc, which basically has the GPT link to it in it as well. But this is basically if you want to use Claude or Gemini or another model. You don't have to use Claude. I know I said Claude in the title, but I think AI motion graphics in 2026 are in a pretty insane state, and it's like really awesome to see how far it's come. So I'm really excited to see where this is going to go into the future. But you can see now we got some captions. We can generate these captions and it automatically places them onto our timeline. And if we want to move and adjust them, we can select them all. We can go to our properties panel and we can just scale them down just like that, and voila,
California town still exists.
we have captions for our entire Vox video. So just do this for the rest of the video. Like I said, still takes work. I'm not saying this is an easy job. This is actually definitely not an easy job. You still have to do a lot of creative thinking and, you know, what music sounds good, how does the tone of this AI voice sound, etc. But you can really create something really cool, and let me know what you think.
An entire California town still exists today. You just can't see it. Beneath the waters of Lake Berryessa lies Monticello, a small farming community that once had homes, schools, churches, and generations of families. But as California's population grew, so did its demand for water.
If you want to check out the AutoEdit Content Creator Mode plugin and learn how you can use Claude AI to automatically cut out all the bad takes, repeats, and filler words of your raw recording footage, so actual recording footage that you recorded where you mess up, then you can check out this video linked right here.